All right, let's get to this one. Corey, by the way, I interrupted you on the show yesterday or the other day, and I apologize for it. And I think this kind of marries in together. You were about to ask me about the All-Star game, the Major League Baseball All-Star game, and what I thought about it. It had I didn't even know what was going on. What happened? To fill everybody in that might not be tuned into the July Classic or the summer.
Yeah, the Midsummer Classic, which is always in July. They should just call it the July Classic. So the game was tied after 9 innings, so they went to a home run derby to finish it. Each side got 3 players to each get 3 swings. So you got 9 swings on each side, and you got 3 players to do it. And the NL won mainly because Schwarber hit all 3 of his pitches for home runs, and they won 4-3. Which I had a few people that had money on the game, and were hoping that like they had the AL winning, and technically did they lose because the bet slip still said it was a tie. I don't think the MLB knew how to score the game. Like, did the NL win 7-6, or did they win 10-9? Because did the home runs count as runs? So all the over/under stuff and the wins was a little confusing because it had never happened before. But I thought it was awesome. It's a lot better than the ghost runner nonsense, or just ending in a tie.
Our guy Journal 1518 asks, if college football scrapped their current overtime rules and went to a specific type of skills competition between teams, like that swing off Corey mentioned, what would you pick? I think this is a delightful question in the middle of July, Corey Clark, so much so that I'm going to put these cameras on. And shortly thereafter, I'm going to ask you to kindly light the wick that is generating discussion sparked by Cummins, please, friend. Oh, we're not even on camera. Kind of. There we go. Promise. Button, please. We're all working through a new system, everybody. But hey, Cummins has got you covered. They've been doing this for like over 100 years. Portable power, you need it wherever you go out there in the great outdoors, whether in your RV, your boat, camping, take portable power with you. Reliable, quiet power, Cummins. Give them a follow over on Cummins Lifestyle on their Instagram. That's their Instagram page. You can see all the cool projects they're doing with their machinery, and that'll give you maybe some ideas, some inspo to do the same. So, my favorite day of the year, Corey, for, 8 years of my life was field day. Although maybe I didn't do field day for 8 years. I think we stopped doing field day once I got out of elementary school.
Yeah,
so
it seems like an elementary school thing. But yeah, I remember. I used to love it too.
I love field day. Give me field day. Give me like just a 50-yard dash or a 40-yard dash. One guy starts at the 40. Maybe they start at opposing 40s and see who gets to the goal line first, or we have them side by side. Let's give a sprint. Let's see if one of the quarterbacks can hit the upright from like the 45-yard line. Now, should it be the starting quarterback or just a quarterback on roster? And then maybe a tug of war for the tiebreaker. The tiebreaker to the tiebreaker. Tug of war, maybe offensive line versus defensive line. Again, not sure if I want to have – does it need to be your starting 5 offensive linemen versus their starting 5 offensive linemen, or just your 5 strongest dudes against their 5 strongest dudes? I'd love to see something like that, more so than the whatever called the Texas tiebreaker or whatever it's called on the 20-yard line, and we're going to keep going and going and going.
I think that's just it's a fair suggestion, Aslan. I just think that there's too many moving parts there. There's too much stuff going on, and we got to get to the local news. We can't be there for another 45 minutes while they're lining up the rope and they're lining up some obstacle course. I think it's just who can throw the ball the farthest. You get 3 throws from anybody on your roster, and whoever throws the ball the farthest wins. And I say anybody on your roster because I've told this story before, but the farthest ball I've ever seen thrown in my life, and I've been around football a good bit, was by Tywan Easterling, former Florida State wide receiver around the turn of the decade, 2010-ish. I think he caught a touchdown in the 2010 Chick-fil-A Bowl. In practice one day, he threw a ball to Burt Reed that I thought they were throwing a smaller ball because he was throwing it 80 yards. Easily. And now Easterling was also a baseball player, so he was a very good athlete. But he was throwing the ball like 80 yards, which I've never seen anything like that in person. I couldn't believe it. And I made Burt Reed throw me the ball to see that it was a regulation football. I couldn't believe it. So you could do that, or you could do a punt, pass, kick.
Okay.
And combine all 3, and whatever the biggest yardage is who wins. At least keep it football related. You know what I mean? At least keep it in the sport of football, I think would be the way you do it.
I'm talking about speed. I'm talking about power. I'm talking about accuracy. Yeah, I'm incorporating, but maybe punt, pass, kick, but something with speed. I want to see there's nothing more exciting than the 100-meter dash at the Olympics every 4 years. I want to see, the two fastest, with the fastest dude from each team. Like, who do you think it is? Like, let's see if your GPS is really real. and then put him up against the other guy, and that's like one leg of it.
But what if the other guy had just played 111 snaps or something, and the other kid's a redshirting freshman that's fresh as a daisy?
You should distribute and allocate your money as needed. This might happen.
Yeah, that's true. But yeah, go get you got Mekhi. The Noles got Mekhi Danzy, so that's a good start. And make it like not just 100 yards, but back and forth and then back and forth again. Make it 400 yards and then Danzy's gold. Nobody's going to beat him. Pads or no, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if he's played 50 snaps. Nobody's going to beat him in a 400-yard race. Yeah, I just think that the baseball, the MLB thing was just really great. It was short. Okay. It took like 5 minutes, and it was done. And there was real drama behind it. And both teams came out of the dugout and were standing on the field. I thought that was cool. That's why I thought it would lend itself to like a long-distance throwing competition or a punt, pass, and kick where everybody can, like you get your punter, you get your quarterback, and you get your kicker, and just see who can do it the furthest and add it all up. Who's got the stronger? But I get you. Football is about athleticism too. So you'd like to see who can run the fastest.
Jaronol says he wants to go with the Dr. Pepper tuition-style throwing competition between the quarterbacks.
Oh, gosh.
Imagine the drama as Castellano steps up to the 15-yard line, needing to throw it through the giant Dr. Pepper can to pull off the upside Alabama. Yeah. Would you allow him? That's disqualification. It needs to be an overhand throw. No granny.
No two-handed set pass. No. Yeah.
You have to use one hand. Has to be overhand. One hand.
And also, I would move it back a little. Make it be from 30 yards.
Ooh.
Make it be. Make it a real challenge. We see a bunch of nerds and band members, and not that band members are nerds, but non-athletes. Let's just say, get up there and just crank them into that opening, doing this stuff. So you make them throw it overhand, but they're professional. They are professional quarterbacks. Back them up and make it more of a challenge.
I know you're about tapped out, but what about basketball? Should they do pop a shot?
Maybe a free throw contest. How boring would that be? Just guys just line, and every time you make one, you have to dap up somebody invisible right beside you. Every time you make one, yeah, free throw shooting contest or something. Because a slam dunk contest, it's too subjective.
Yeah,
it's got to be something like that.
We'll see if Florida State finds themselves in an overtime game. I think it would be the first one since the Notre Dame game in 21, if I'm not mistaken. I don't think
that seems right. Yeah.
So
if Brian Kelly did elect to go for one, and Shaheem Brown said no, we're not doing overtime in 2022 either. So yeah, I guess that was the last one.
Yeah.
Sadly, they weren't close enough to most teams in 2024 to get to overtime.
Yeah. Well, whole new season right on deck. Cannot wait for it. That was good. Thanks, Jaronol. I think that was fun as July. Everybody chill out. We got a lot of football before this and more football to come. Check out, though, Cummins Lifestyle on Instagram. It's all one word. Just give them a follow. That's all we're asking.
Yep.